In some shocking drama, Ryan Garcia clashed with Caleb Plant after Gervonta Davis knocked out Frank Martin this weekend. He was later spotted embracing and sharing a light moment with Tank after the fight. Garcia was the highlight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and many, including Tank, took notice of his antics. But what went down between Plant and Garcia? Stick around and watch as we find out in today's video. Tank Davis knocking out Frank Martin in the 8th round was the highlight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena last Saturday. After putting on a competitive show during the first few rounds, Tank took over and soon overpowered Martin before eventually dropping him to the canvas. With that, the Detroit boxer endured the first defeat of his career, and by the nature of the defeat, will have to take significant time off before he fully recovers and contemplates making a comeback. After the fight, Martin didn't let his spirit down and expressed his interest in returning to the ring soon.
What I could have did better, you know what I mean, where I can grow from, my mistakes I made, the things I did good, and just grow, man. I don't really got fighter in mind as of right now.
As for Tank, many predicted a knockout victory for the Baltimore boxing champion, and he didn't disappoint. While Ryan Garcia predicted a victory for Frank Martin several months before the fight, he changed his mind mere days before the fight and predicted a knockout win for Davis. Garcia trained with Martin in the past, and he probably didn't see an inexperienced Martin causing a surprise. Martin tried his best, but the experience and superior skills of Tank weren't enough. The pound-for-pound star nevertheless received a heavy beating, which was evident in the swelling across his face. After the fight, this was probably the first time Tank was bruised in his career. Tank will surely make a quick recovery, and there are already talks regarding his next fight in November. Among the names in contention for this fight is Ryan Garcia. These two fought at a catchweight of 135 kg last year, and Tank won that fight via a 7th-round knockout. King Reeve was seen on the ring apron congratulating Tank with a message for the champ on his t-shirt after his victory. While it is impossible to hear exactly what is being said, both fighters were seen laughing and embracing. Garcia then showed Davis his shirt, which reads Tank's #1 fan on the front. Turning around, he reveals the message "Rematch me be *teach" on the back, at which both fighters laughed and hugged. All of this brings out a huge glaring question: will there be a rematch? After their wholesome meeting, Davis seemed to rule out any possibility of a rematch, saying, "Oh, Ryan, he is crazy talking about a rematch. He said I was the best at 132 to 145. He said that saying he wants to fight me again, I will kick his ass again." Garcia didn't stop there, because he again called out Tank to a rematch. On X, fans were quick to comment on their thoughts and opinions on this fight. One user wrote, "No rehydration clause this time if Tank is a real man," and others said, "Move on, we want Tank VLA or Stevenson." The third user wrote, "Trust me, you do not want this work." One user responded, "Want to see one of you guys fight Shakur Stevenson? That would make for a good matchup." Fans are divided on their opinions. Also, very few key on the Tank versus Ryan Garcia fight. We're unsure whether Tank will fight Garcia. Next, there are talks about a potential Tank versus Lomachenko fight in November, with Tank's trainer Kenny Ellis already beginning preparations for this fight. Fans seem excited about this fight. One fan commented, "Let's hope it happens next, and they don't wait LMA until he is nearly 40 predicting the fight." A user commented, "My money is on Tank by KO. I think Tank beats LMA in his prime, TBH. That dude different." A third user commented, "Let's get it. Got to appreciate Coach Kenny. I swear every boxer needs multiple trainers who can focus on each aspect of a game plan. All respect to Lomachenko if the fight gets made, but I got Tank by domination again." We're unsure if this fight is going to happen at the end of 2024 until a formal announcement is made. Now, let's look at the prediction for Tank's latest victory over Frank Martin. Boxing trainer Jeff Mayweather shared his opinion on the fight in a post-fight analysis. Jeff Mayweather provided his insights on Gervonta Davis's knockout victory over Frank Martin in the 8th round. He commended Frank Martin for his performance, noting that Martin did well in the early rounds. However, Mayweather observed that as the fight progressed, Tank Davis began closing in on Martin, gradually gaining control. By the time Tank started maneuvering Martin from corner to corner, the outcome seemed inevitable. Mayweather acknowledged that while Martin was winning several rounds initially, he wasn't winning all of them. This was primarily because he was often forced to move backward, allowing Davis to secure some rounds. Mayweather also mentioned that Martin's body language towards the end of the fight suggested a loss of confidence. He speculated that a significant body shot in the 7th round might have contributed to the shift in Martin's demeanor as the fight neared its conclusion. Mayweather noted that Martin appeared to be trying to cruise to a decision rather than actively boxing and executing his strategy. This change in approach, combined with Tank Davis's relentless pressure, eventually led to Martin's downfall. Every time Martin threw combinations, he did well with his constant movement, might have fatigued him playing in Davis's hands, Mayweather highlighted Tank Davis's extraordinary punching power, considering him potentially the hardest puncher in boxing. However, he expressed concerns about Davis's tendency to lose early rounds and really on his power to secure victories. According to Mayweather, this pattern could be dangerous as it might lead to a defeat if Davis encounters an opponent who can withstand his power and outbox him over the rounds. Gervonta has amazing power insofar as it's been great for him. 100% drawing the comparison Mayweather mentioned. Deontay Wilder, another fighter known for his knockout power, he emphasized that while Davis is a better boxer than Wilder, the reliance on knockout power can become a double-edged sword. The power can end any fight at any time, but can also lead to complacency in accumulating rounds. Wade Plens also provided a detailed analysis of Tank Davis's impressive knockout victory over Frank Martin, which took place at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Plens began by highlighting the electrifying atmosphere generated by Davis's performance, suggesting that the energy Davis brought to the venue was palpable and exhilarating. He was able to land some left hands to keep Tank at bay early. His jab was nice, but he just felt like Tank was getting closer and closer as the rounds went by. He wasn't even throwing punches. And again, this is typical Tank. He's not a high-volume. Plens noted that Frank Martin, who had to cut weight for the fight, might have been at a disadvantage due to the weight drop. On the other hand, Tank Davis had been out of the ring for 14 months, and there was some uncertainty about how he would perform following his layoff and legal troubles. However, Davis returned in stellar form, executing a performance that matched his previous high standards. Davis's prediction for a knockout in the 6th to 8th rounds was notably accurate, as he had confidently shared this expectation with multiple sources before the fight. Plens described Davis's approach as methodical, gradually closing the distance on Martin while maintaining his characteristic patience and precision. Martin initially looked good, utilizing his jab and footwork effectively, but as the fight progressed, Davis's pressure and accuracy began to take their toll. Plens praised Davis's patience and precision, noting that his low volume of punches was made up for by his high accuracy and power. This methodical approach allowed Davis to steadily break down Martin, who despite his early success found himself increasingly cornered and unable to escape Davis' attacks. The decisive moment came in the 8th round when Davis cornered Martin and delivered a devastating uppercut followed by a powerful left hand. This combination knocked Martin out cold, demonstrating Davis's exceptional knockout power. Plens emphasized the precision and timing of Davis's punches, likening the knockout to a sniper shot. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications so that you never miss out on videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.